yeah, the weather hasn't been ideal in Pakistan for us to complete one of our games, but everyone's good. Everyone's ready to come and play. We feel like we're playing nicely, so we're looking forward to the contest tomorrow against India.
Hi, Steve. Good luck to your game tomorrow. This is something, in the final, India came with a clear record, all win in 2023 World Cup final. You guys plan to silence the spectators. Do you have any special plan like that? What is your message to the fans coming here? That is one. And also, does India have an advantage of playing in Dubai? What is your opinion, thoughts on that?
I don't really have a message, to be honest. Just going out and playing, and hopefully we can put on a good show. But in terms of an advantage, maybe, I'm not sure. India obviously played all their games here, so they've seen what the surface is doing. Obviously the whole square block's pretty dry. Having spoken to the groundsman just now, it's a dry surface, had a lot of traffic. So we've seen how the wickets have played. And India have obviously played really well in their games as well. So it's going to be a good contest. We're looking forward to it.
Playing an unbeaten India, especially in conditions which is very familiar. So what do you think is needed to stop such a team? Especially what would be the approach of the entire team?
They're a good side, aren't they? I think it's just playing our game, playing the conditions, and playing them well for the entire 100 overs. It should be a good contest, two good teams going at it, and we're looking forward to it.
Steve, spinners are playing a major role on this ground. That's what the history shows. Are you tempted as a captain to roll your arm?
Me to bowl? I hope not. We do have plenty of options there, though. We've got Tanveer Sangha in our squad. We've got Maxwell, Short's obviously out now, who was a bit of a loss. He's been bowling quite nicely, bowled really well last game. Travis Head can bowl, Marnus can bowl some overs, so Cooper Connolly if we go down that path as well. So we've got a lot of part-time options that could certainly play a role on here, and a couple of frontliners as well. So, we'll see how we line up tomorrow.
Steve, all the best for tomorrow's game.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask, when you landed here, you were not in a situation whether you'll be playing here or you'll be flying back. So how has that been working for you and the entire team? Because once you came, you weren't sure if India would have won, you would have played India here. If India would have lost, you would have flown back to Pakistan. So how do you see that? Even South Africa came.
We guessed right in the end. So ideal to be here and have a couple of days preparation. I think had we stayed and waited for last night's result, we would have had to have flown here today and play tomorrow, not get a chance to train on the surface or get used to the conditions that we have at the academy. And if we had to go back, we would have just got on the same plane back as New Zealand and had a day there before playing. So it made sense to us. We had a little reset and a chance to have a couple of days here outside of a pretty strict sort of bubble, I suppose, in Pakistan with the security and stuff. So it's been nice to just have a couple of days chill here, a bit of training. A couple of guys have played some golf and wandered around and done some stuff like that. So we're well prepared for tomorrow now and looking forward to it.
Steve, have you guys tackled a plan to counter Varun Chakravarti? New Zealand were bamboozled by him last night. So if he plays, mostly he should be playing. So
I think not just Chakravarti, I think the rest of the spinners are quality as well. So I think for us, the game's probably won and lost how we play the spin, particularly in the middle overs, the way we get through there. So, it's going to be a challenge. I think that there's going to be some spin by the looks of it, looking at the surface. And, we've got to counter that. So, we'll see how we do that tomorrow. We've got a few options of ways we can go about it. So, you'll see tomorrow.
Steve, a couple of years back when you took over from Pat Cummins for the last 2 test matches in India, you spoke about how you were energized by the challenge of leading here because you have to make things happen, unlike in Australia. Is captaining in a one-day game any different from captaining in a test match in this part of the world?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, test matches, you got a lot more time. There can be similarities at certain stages, particularly on surfaces that look like they're going to spin like this one out here. So, a couple of different fields and angles and the way you go about it, there's some similarities there, but, it's a completely different game to a test match. So, yeah, it's been fun captaining these boys the last couple of weeks. Obviously our first objective was to make the semi-finals. We've done that, and coming up against a good India side. So, yeah, we're up for the challenge tomorrow, and we're excited.
Steve, just picking up from that, what's it been like leading Australia again with a fairly sort of number of big absentees? What sort of adjustment has it taken you and the team to be up scratch for this tournament?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that question.
Just a number of big absentees from your squad. So what's that been like? Has it been any different?
Yeah, I mean, particularly our bowling unit. Obviously, we're missing some frontline bowlers that have done it for a long time, but we said at the start of the tournament, we're focusing on what we've got here. We've got some guys here that have performed nicely. It's good exposure for them to be able to play in an international tournament on a big stage, and I think they've handled themselves really well. So, yeah, hopefully another good performance from the guys tomorrow, and we can get into another final.
Just another quick one on conditions. What's been your reading like? Has it spun more in the second innings from watching it from the outside here in Dubai?
Maybe a little bit, but I think, yeah, there's been spin throughout as well. So, there's different ways we can attack the game. Whether we want to bat or bowl first tomorrow, we'll wait and see. But yeah, it certainly looks a dry surface. It's going to be quite slow, I imagine, and take some spin. So, yeah, I think for us, as I said before, playing the spinners in the middle overs is going to be crucial for us to have success in this game.
Steve, during the 2023 World Cup final, you thought Shreyas Iyer could be a huge threat for you on these conditions. Similar sort of conditions, India, others have more of accumulators, but Shreyas Iyer and Rohit Sharma have the game in with them to take it away from you guys in no time. So how do you see both those players who are one is at top, one is in the middle order?
Yeah, I mean, they're dangerous players. I think the entire Indian batting lineup have the ability to go up and down in gears. They're a very good side with good cricketers. So, yeah, I think for us, it's playing the conditions that are in front of us tomorrow and playing it better than the opposition. Simple as that.
Steve, you spoke about middle overs, batting through the middle overs, but if you see the first two games, it was also like when Pakistan and both Bangladesh, they had just one frontline spinner, and the inability to sustain pressure from the other end kind of make them a bit less effective. So in that, keeping in that, do you think you might need to play two frontline spinners here?
I mean, it's a possibility. Yeah, we've got, obviously, I think Glenn Maxwell's probably better than a part-timer. Travis Head's done well when the conditions suit as well. Marnus can bowl. We've got Tanveer Sangha in the squad who's got some quality skill as well. So we've got plenty of options. We'll wait and see which way we want to throw that at India tomorrow.
Yes, Smith, Head has been a big factor for Australia against India. How much you think he will play a role tomorrow, and does it put more pressure on him coming into the contest against India in the semi-final?
I mean, there's pressure every time you play in a big game, but as we know, Travis has stood up in many of those in the past, and he looked in great touch the other night against Afghanistan, and I'm sure he's going to be looking to come out here and play the same way he's played for a long time, with good intent, good aggression, and yeah, hopefully he can get away in that power play and get us off to a nice start.
Yeah, Steve, away from the cricket, how different is it to be at a press conference or at a tournament where there are no Australian media representatives?
A little different, but it is what it is. No, we're enjoying ourselves here. We've had a good tournament so far. We've achieved everything that we wanted to. We made the semis at this present stage, and yeah, that was the first objective. So big game tomorrow. The boys are pumped, and yeah, hopefully we can get another one up on India.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you.